What is going on, guys? Happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a great day. Victory Monday for all my Bills fans out there after the Bills absolutely dismantled the Carolina Panthers yesterday in Carolina. That was certainly a fun win. Today I'm just going to be basically going over that game, discussing, the ins and the outs, different player performances, and just all my overall thoughts on the game. So let's get right into it. First off, as you can see, Josh Allen didn't really need to do much this game. Only had a QBR of 46.2, went 12 for 19 for 163 yards, threw a touchdown to Khalil Shakir. Lots of these yards were pretty much just yak. I mean, a lot of them were just, Khalil Shakir getting tons of yards after the catch. So that was super nice to see. Obviously, Mitch Trubisky came into the game in the fourth quarter once they were up by a ton of points. Then the star of the show, man. I mean, James Cook, what a day that he had. 19 carries for 216 yards and 2 touchdowns. Had that long touchdown run of 64 yards. Just an incredible day by him. I was watching the PFF grade show, and I'm pretty sure that I want to say he had like 8 yards on average before contact. It was something crazy like that. So props to the offensive line as well. They were incredible in the run game, just creating those holes for James. Ray Davis, not super efficient on the ground, 9 for 16. Josh Allen had three carries for 7 yards, two of those being just tush pushes for his 2 touchdowns. And then Ty Johnson, not much either. But yeah, just this game was just dominated by the Bills' run game. Had 245 total carries. James Cook averaged 11.4 a carry, which is just unreal. Carolina's run defense was just not doing it yesterday. And then you can see the receiving kind of reflected Josh's passing game. Khalil Shakir, obviously the star of the show for all the receivers, had 88 yards on 6 catches. Had 1 touchdown on 7 targets. Had that really long touchdown of 54 yards where he just basically broke free, and he's impossible to tackle once you get that guy moving downfield. So really nice day for him. Keon had 3 catches for 30 yards. Kincaid only had 1 catch. I was a little bit surprised by that. I definitely would have thought that against a Carolina team that typically isn't great against tight ends, that he would have kind of had a better day, but it's just how it goes. I mean, the Bills obviously dominated on the ground, so they didn't really need to rely on their pass catchers too much. I'm sure he would have done fine if they had to pass the ball more, but it's just the way the game went. Christian Benford had that fumble recovery on the play where Greg Rousseau punched the ball out when Andy Dalton tried to scramble. And then I forget who knocked the ball out. It was Michael Hoyt. Michael Hoyt knocked the ball out of Andy Dalton's hands and forced the fumble. And then Deion Walker obviously picked it up. Super exciting for him. But yeah, this defense was incredible yesterday, man. Dorian Williams leading the way with tackles with 8. I think Cole Bishop actually had a really nice game. I saw him make a couple really nice downfield tackles. I think we're kind of seeing Cole Bishop progress and keep getting better each and every week. So hopefully he can keep that up throughout the rest of the season. Joe Andreessen had 7 tackles. I didn't think he played that great. Jordan Hancock with 5. He had that really nice tackle where Rico Dowdle, he kind of broke through the line of scrimmage, and it looked like he was going to break away for a touchdown, but Jordan Hancock was able to stop him. Poyer, he just did his thing, wasn't really asked to do much. AJ Epinesa had a great game. He had a sack. He had a TFL, or the sack was the TFL, and then he obviously had that interception, which is an incredible play. Obviously read the screenplay very well where Andy Dalton was going to throw the screen and AJ Epinesa was like just literally all over it. He was there before the ball was even thrown pretty much. So yeah, that was a really nice play as well. I think Epinesa has actually been having a really solid year. Kind of falling in the shadows behind a bunch of the other defensive linemen, kind of having good years, but I think he's played solid when he's gotten the chance. Shaq Thompson kind of filling in for Terrell Bernard yesterday because Bernard did have the ankle injury, so he was unable to play. So Shaq Thompson filled in for him, had 4 tackles. Wasn't, anything really special. I think he had, he was communicating a lot on the line and stuff, but nothing great. Taron Johnson, just not really much from him, but Rousseau had a really nice game. Rousseau had a sack, and then he obviously punched the ball out of Andy Dalton's hands. Didn't even see him coming. He just creeped up behind him and forced that fumble, which was really nice. Ed Oliver, sucks to see Ed Oliver go down, man. The guy's been absolutely dominant this year. He has 3 sacks and 2.5 games played. It's just super unfortunate, and now there's potential that he could miss the rest of the season with a torn bicep. We don't know how extreme the injury is yet, but um, for a guy who's been so dominant, I think he really it just sucks, man. He's played 2.5 games, like I already mentioned. He has 3 sacks. He's been playing at an unreal level, but he just can't stay healthy this year, unfortunately. On the bright side, Michael Hoyt came in and he was absolutely dominant yesterday. His bull rush technique is just absolutely unreal. Like I was watching him like specifically when the Bills were on defense, and it just seemed like every time that he was rushing the passer, he was just trying to like run right through the face of the guy he was going against. Like it was just he's so strong and he does such a good job at penetrating the offensive line, creating holes for other guys. I think he's going to be way more important to this team than a lot of people think he is. He obviously had 1.5 sacks yesterday, as well as the forced fumble. Joey Bosa with a nice game as well. He had a sack, 2 quarterback hits. Deion Walker had a half a sack. I thought Deion Walker played really good. Um, and then Jordan Phillips had a sack as well. Jordan Phillips, it was kind of a garbage time sack, but the Bills defense played incredible yesterday. I was just super excited about that. Um, I think Maxwell Harrison had a hell of a game too. First game of the year as a rookie. I want to say he played around just over 20 snaps on around 60 total defensive snaps. And I thought he played super well. Had a really nice tackle when Jimmy Horn received that screen pass. Harrison was super sticky in coverage. I believe he had 13 pass coverage snaps, and he didn't allow a single target, or not a single target. He didn't allow a single catch on any of his targets. So that was really nice to see. I hope that he can just, kind of be a reliable guy and hopefully start to get more snaps as the season goes on. Um, Kind of take some of the weight off of Christian Benford a little bit, because Benford struggled a lot this year, just in comparison to last year. Last year, I mean, he was playing like a top 5 corner in the NFL. And this year, it just hasn't been the same. So hopefully getting a guy across from him that he's confident in kind of take some weight off his shoulders, and Benford can kind of lock in. But I think Harrison's going to be really good. Showed kind of a lot of his, you know, he showed a lot of his recovery speed yesterday, I think, where he was just able to there's a guy streaking across on a crossing route, and he was just able to stick right with him. He showed that recovery speed. He got beat off the line like maybe a smidge, and he just caught up with him right away and was able to force an incompletion. So that was really nice. Um, but yeah, I think Harrison's gonna be really nice. I'm excited for him. Hopefully we see his snap count go up against the Chiefs, because he's got quite the competition coming up with the Chiefs, man. Chiefs got a really speedy wide receiver group. Obviously, Rashee Rice is back from injury. Um, they got Xavier Worthy, who we all know, guy that the Bills passed on. He's super fast. Definitely more of a gadget player, I think, when Rashee Rice is in the offense, but we know what he's capable of. And they obviously have Hollywood Brown, who has a lot of speed as well. So I'm excited to see, what Harrison can do against the Chiefs wide receiver core. I think it's going to be a tall task, but I think we're going to see his snap count go up, and hopefully he finds success as well. Um, I'll be curious to see what they do with the defensive line, specifically defensive tackle. Um, Daquan Jones is obviously out. Deion Walker, I think he's been playing really well, but I don't know if he can be like the number one defensive tackle. TJ Sanders is obviously out as well, so it's going to be interesting to see, is Michael Hoyt going to take over that role? Because as of right now, Deion Walker is like the only healthy defensive tackle that is a starter at the moment. So we'll see what they do with that. But yeah, I think that's probably gonna do it. Tedero McMillan had a really nice game for the Panthers. I don't know why the Panthers aren't using Rico Dowdle more. I mean, the guy had 8 carries for 54 yards. I mean, he just seems way more explosive than Chuba Hubbard is, who didn't really have an efficient game today. He didn't have an efficient game last week. I think if they used Dowdle more, then the Bills' run game would have struggled a little bit more. But obviously they were down, so they needed to pass a little bit more. But yeah, it's probably going to do it for today. Great game by James Cook. Pass game didn't really have to do much. So yeah, Bills moved to 5-2, and they obviously have the Chiefs next weekend at home, Sunday at 4:25. It's gonna be a tough game. Chiefs are looking like the Chiefs again. So the Bills are gonna have to step their game up. Hopefully they can get a little bit healthier for that game. Get some pressure on Mahomes. Hopefully their coverage is nice against that wide receiver core. But yeah, it should be a fun one. I'll be releasing my preview for that game probably later this week, maybe early weekend. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow me on all of my accounts. The link is on my account in the links. So make sure to go show some love on all everything. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys next time.